Welcome to episode 5 of We the People, and in this episode we'll be talking about I would tell you, but if I told you it would give it away, so let's just take a look. Last time we talked about the 3 branches of government, which should be somewhere over here, right? And today we're going to talk about what one part of those 3 branches actually does. Have you guessed it yet? Maybe not. Well, okay, let's get more into it. We'll be talking about the legislative branch, and in this legislative branch, we'll be talking about bills. Right, you guessed it. So in the beginning, a bill can actually come from anyone. It doesn't have to be anybody in particular. So I know a lot of people must think that the bills actually come from somebody in Congress, but it doesn't have to. A bill can come from an ordinary citizen who has a concern about something. They can bring it before their congressperson, and then their congressperson can then go through the channels to have it introduced. So let's go through what those channels are. In the beginning, an idea for a bill may come from anybody. However, only members of Congress can introduce the bill to Congress. Then there's a proposal. The proposal of a bill is after the idea for a bill is developed and the text of the bill is written, and a member of Congress must officially introduce the bill in Congress by becoming the bill's sponsor. Representatives usually sponsor bills that are important to them and their constituents. Then there is the introduction of the bill. Bills can be introduced whenever the House is in session. The House bills are officially introduced by placing them in a special box known as the hopper, which is located at the rostrum of the Speaker's platform. In the Senate, a bill is introduced by placing it on the presiding officer's desk or by formally introducing it onto the Senate floor. Now here's something interesting that you may not have known, that in the House, the bill clerk assigns the bill a number. The House bill begins with HR. Resolution begins with H. Res or H. Con Res or HJ Res, depending on the type they are. Senate bills begin with S. So the first reading of a bill means the bill's title is read on the House floor. The bill is then referred to a committee for markup. The next step that happens in the bill process is called committee action. The bill is referred to an appropriate committee. The 19 House standing committees and the 16 Senate committees each have jurisdiction over the different areas of the public policy, such as agriculture, education, and the workforce, and the international relations. The bill is placed on a committee's calendar. The committee then debates on and marks up the proposed bill and may or may not make changes to it. The committee members then vote to accept or reject the changes made during the markup session. If the bill includes any amendments, the committee may decide to introduce a clean bill with a new number. The committee votes on the bill after it has been debated and or amended, and then the committee may stop action or table a bill if it deems unwise or unnecessary. Next step is a subcommittee action. The bill is referred to a subcommittee and placed on its calendar. The bill is carefully studied, and the subcommittee may hold hearings to obtain the views of experts, supporters, and opponents. The bill is tabled when the subcommittee deems it unwise or unnecessary. If changes are needed, the subcommittee will meet to mark up the bill. Subcommittee members vote to accept or reject the changes. If the subcommittee accepts the bill, The bill is then sent back to the full committee for approval or rejection. The bill is reported. The bill is released from the committee along with a report explaining the provisions of the bill and is thus ordered reported. After it is reported and placed on a calendar, the bill is considered on the floor. Once the bill comes to the floor for consideration in a variety of ways. Many House bills are debated through a preliminary device known as the Committee of the Whole, which is a mechanism that permits faster consideration. Floor action begins and members debate the bill. The conduct of debate is dictated by the rules of the House generally and may also be governed by a special rule granted specifically for the bill under consideration. Then we have the bill is put to a vote. The bill is read by title only and put to a vote. Members in attendance will vote to pass or not to pass the bill. Members most often vote electronically in the House chamber using electronic voting system. Members of the Senate cast their votes by non-electronic means. A roll call cast by the U.S. House of Representatives are recorded in the House Journal, the Congressional Record, and posted on the website of the House Clerk. The bill is referred to the Senate. When a bill passes the House, it must also pass the Senate in order to become law. The two houses of Congress make up a bicameral legislature, part of a system of checks and balances that ensures that laws are created democratically. Then the bill is headed to the executive branch. It is sent to the president. When a bill passes the House and the Senate, it is sent to the president for a signature. It is said to be enrolled. The president can take one of several possible actions. 1. The president may take no action. If Congress is in session, the bill automatically becomes law after 10 days. 2. A pocket veto occurs when the president takes no action and Congress has adjourned its session. In this case, the bill dies and does not become a law. Or 3, the president may decide that the bill is unwise or unnecessary and veto the bill. Or 4, the president may sign the bill and the bill becomes law. Just another side note that a veto from the president can be overwritten if enough members object to the presidential veto. A vote is taken to override or overrule the veto. A 2/3 vote or greater is needed in both House and Senate to override the president's veto. If 2/3 of both houses of Congress vote successfully to override the veto, the bill becomes a law.